Imagine waking up one morning in December and realizing everything you thought was safe, predictable, and steady in your life has suddenly been exposed. Exposed for what it really is, either strong and unshakable or fragile and unprepared. December will expose everything, and I don't mean in a vague, abstract way. I mean your finances, your health, your energy, your mindset, even your faith. They will all be tested. And if you wait until it happens to think about protecting yourself, you'll already be too late. Let me ask you, are you truly ready for what December is bringing? Most people aren't. That's why I want to speak with you today very directly, especially if you're in your 60s, 70s, or 80s, because I believe the next few months are the most important window you have to strengthen yourself, protect yourself, and prepare for what's coming. Now, I'll tell you exactly what December will expose and then the steps you must take before then, but I'll share that later. I want you to stay with me because if you miss even one piece of this, you'll walk into December unprotected, and I cannot allow that for you. But first, tell me this. Which city are you listening from right now? Type it in the comments below. I want to see seniors from all across America and across the world speaking up. This matters because what December will expose will affect all of us. And while you're at it, make sure you like this video and subscribe to this channel because this isn't just a one-time conversation. We're building a community of people who refuse to be caught unprepared. Now, think about this. Every crisis, every storm, every sudden change always reveals two kinds of people, those who prepared and those who did not. December will be no different. Let me give you an example. I once spoke with a group of retirees in Arizona. Wonderful people, smart, careful, but when the financial crash of 2008 hit, they lost nearly everything because they hadn't taken small steps to safeguard themselves. They trusted the system to hold them up. But December will expose whether you built your house on rock or on sand. And here's the truth. Most people live like nothing can change overnight. But history and reality says otherwise. The markets can shift, prices can climb, healthcare systems can strain, family needs can multiply. And in December, all of these cracks show up at once. That's why now, in these weeks before December, is the time to act. You cannot afford to wait. Let me ask you another question. If your Social Security check didn't cover your needs next month, what would you do? If your health took an unexpected turn, how would you respond? If your savings didn't stretch as far as you thought, who would step in? These aren't comfortable questions, I know. But they're necessary because December will expose everything you've ignored, postponed, or assumed someone else would handle. So here's what I want you to do. Starting today, begin writing down your days in what I call the 31-day daily high-impact planner. It's about using a simple planner to map out your priorities, your finances, your health actions, your spiritual practices, even your family conversations. Because when December comes, scattered people will crumble, but focused people will stand. Now don't worry, I'm not leaving you with vague ideas. You're going to walk away from this conversation with clear steps, tested strategies, and the exact actions you must take before December arrives. I'll explain them all, but I want you to think of something first. Do you want December to reveal your strength or your weakness? Because one way or another, it will reveal it. And let me remind you of something I've said many times. When something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor. Preparation is important enough. Protecting yourself is important enough. December is not waiting for you. Stay with me because in a moment I'll open up what exactly December will expose and you'll see why the steps I'll give you later are absolutely non-negotiable. But before we go there, pause and reflect. If your life were to be tested this December, which area would you want to be absolutely unshakable? Your finances, your health, your relationships, or your faith? Drop your answer in the comments because I want to see which part of your life you're most determined to protect. This isn't about fear. It's about wisdom. It's about foresight. And it's about acting before you're forced to. Because once again, hear me clearly. December will expose everything. And when I reveal what that means and what you must do, you'll understand why waiting even one more day is too costly. You know, every year has its turning points. But this December is different. I need you to hear this. December is not just another month on the calendar. It is a moment that will strip away every illusion. It will show you in the clearest way possible whether you are prepared or exposed. And I have to warn you, most people listening right now will do nothing. They'll nod, they'll agree, and then they'll go back to routine. But those who act, those who prepare, those who take what I'm saying seriously will walk into December with confidence instead of fear. Which group will you belong to? Think about it. When the year ends, people usually ask themselves, did I live well? Did I make progress? Did I use my time wisely? But this year, the question is sharper. Did I protect myself before December exposed me? And let me ask you directly, if December came today, would you be ready? Yes or no? Write it in the comments. Yes, I'm ready, or no, I need to prepare. Don't be shy. This is about accountability. Because here's the truth. December doesn't care about excuses. It doesn't care if you meant to prepare, but got busy. It doesn't care if you thought you had more time. It will reveal your choices. Now, let me give you a picture. Imagine two seniors, both the same age, living in the same town. One has been quietly preparing. When December comes, they feel tested but steady. The other senior, they ignored the warnings. They assumed life would hold. They avoided the hard questions. When December comes, their weaknesses are exposed in front of their family, their community, and themselves. Which story will be yours? And here's where the urgency comes in. You don't get to choose. In December, you choose now. The preparation window is right now, in these days before everything gets revealed. I want you to feel this truth deep inside. December will expose everything, whether you're strong or fragile, ready or unready, grounded or drifting. And you might be asking, what exactly will December expose? Hold that thought. I will show you soon. But right now, I want to challenge you. Begin acting as though the test is tomorrow. What would you change today? What would you stop putting off? Maybe it's reviewing your finances. Maybe it's putting structure back into your health routine. Maybe it's finally picking up the Bible again, opening it, and praying with focus. Because here's something I've learned watching history unfold. Storms don't create weaknesses, they reveal them. December won't create your problems. It will uncover the ones you've been ignoring. So, let me ask you, what have you been ignoring? Drop it in the comments if you're brave enough, right? I've been ignoring my health, or I've been ignoring my budget, or I've been ignoring my spiritual life. Say it out loud, because admitting it now is the first step to not being destroyed by it later. And remember this, time is running out. If you keep saying, I'll handle it next week, I'll do it after the holidays, you won't. That's exactly how people get blindsided. I know some of you feel a heaviness hearing this. That's good. That's your soul telling you this matters. And if you lean into it now, you'll thank yourself later. You see, when I've spoken about humanity's future, whether it's space exploration, renewable energy, or artificial intelligence, I always say the decisions we make today decide the future we will live in tomorrow. The same is true for you personally. The choices you make in these next weeks will decide the December you live through. But let me make you a promise. If you stay with me, if you listen through, I will not just warn you. I will give you the exact steps every senior must take before December. Steps that will protect you, ground you, and carry you through no matter what gets exposed. Stay tuned, because when I reveal this, you will see exactly why December is a crossroads and why waiting is the single most dangerous choice you could make. So tell me, what are you most concerned December will expose in your life? Finances, health, family, faith? Drop it in the comments. Don't just watch, engage, because this conversation is about you. And let me say it once more, because I want it etched in your mind. December will expose everything. I want you to picture something with me for just a moment. It's December. The year is ending. You wake up, check your bank account, check your health reports, or even look in the mirror, and suddenly you realize the truth can no longer be hidden. Everything is laid bare. Strong foundations stand tall. Weak ones collapse. Now, let me tell you why this moment is so urgent. Most people believe life changes slowly, but the truth, life changes suddenly, and it changes without your permission. And December is one of those sudden turning points. Let me ask you, if tomorrow your doctor gave you news you weren't prepared for, how would you respond? If your retirement income suddenly stretched less than it did in November, what would you do? If your family needed you to step up in a new way, would you have the strength? I want you to be brutally honest with yourself. Because December doesn't wait for excuses. It only reveals reality. And here's what most people never think about. The exposure doesn't just affect you. It ripples through your entire family. If you are unprepared, your children feel it. Your spouse feels it. Your grandchildren feel it. So, I'll ask you again, and I want you to answer in the comments. Are you preparing right now to protect not only yourself, but the people you love? Right? I am preparing if you are. Or if you're honest enough, right? I need to prepare because let me remind you, doing nothing is also a choice, and it is the most dangerous choice of all. Now, let me pull back the curtain slightly. You may be wondering why December? Why is this month different? Here's what I'll say for now. December is always a season of exposure because it is the month that magnifies everything. financial strain, health habits, family unity, or disunity. And this year, the exposure will be sharper than usual. I'll explain why later, but hear me clearly. You cannot wait until it arrives to prepare. By then, it will be too late. Let me give you an analogy. Think of a bridge. A bridge looks solid until the storm comes. Then you see which bridges hold and which collapse. You cannot repair the bridge in the middle of the storm. The only protection is preparation. Your life right now is that bridge. And December is the storm that will show if your bridge was built strong or weak. So here's a question I want you to answer in the comments right now. What bridge in your life feels the weakest? Is it your health, your finances, your family bonds, your faith? Don't just think about it, declare it. 'Cause clarity is the beginning of protection. And I'll tell you something else. One of the most dangerous lies people tell themselves is this: I still have time. No, you don't. The clock is ticking. Every day between now and December is part of your preparation window. Waste it and the exposure will be harsher. But if you take these days seriously, you can turn your life around faster than you believe. I've seen it happen with people who thought it was too late, who believed age or weakness or fear had already won. And yet, when they made deliberate choices, their lives changed before the month ended. That is the opportunity you have now. And if you miss it, you'll feel the regret. Now, let me ask you a deeper question. When December comes, do you want to feel shame or pride? Do you want to say, I ignored the warnings? Or do you want to say, I am standing strong because I acted when it mattered? This is not just about survival. It's about dignity. It's about leaving a legacy that says, when the test came, I was ready. And that's why before this message is finished, I'm going to give you the exact steps every senior must take before December arrives. These are not vague ideas. They are clear, practical actions you can begin today. But I'm not giving them yet. You need to walk with me through this entire journey. Because when I show you those steps, you'll understand them in a way that changes everything. So here's what I want you to reflect on right now. If December will expose everything, what secret weakness in your life are you most afraid will be revealed? Answer that in the comments. Don't hide from it, because hiding from it now will not protect you later. And as we continue, I'll show you why this December is different, sharper, more urgent than any before, and why the steps you take now could mean the difference between collapse and strength, between fear and confidence, between regret and peace. Stay with me, because the storm is coming, and when it hits, you will either thank yourself for preparing or wish with everything inside you that you had. And I promise before this message ends, I'll give you the blueprint. But you must stay with me, because December will not wait, and neither can you. Let me be brutally honest with you right now. Most people won't make it through December the same. And I don't just mean physically. I mean mentally, emotionally, financially, spiritually. December has a way of taking everything you've built this year and putting it under a spotlight so bright you can't look away. And that's why I keep repeating this. December will expose everything. But here's what keeps me awake at night. The majority of seniors across America are ignoring this truth. They're thinking, I'll be fine. I've been through years before. But no, this December is sharper. The cracks that have been building silently all year long are about to split wide open. Let me ask you, are you ignoring something right now? Something you know you should deal with, but you keep postponing. Maybe it's your health. Maybe it's your debt. Maybe it's that broken relationship. If December exposed it, would you be embarrassed or confident? I want you to type it in the comments right now. I will not ignore it anymore. Write that phrase. Declare it, because if you don't say it today, December will say it for you. Now, I need you to think about this. Have you noticed how December always magnifies pain points? A small money shortage feels 10 times heavier in December. A strained family tie feels like heartbreak in December. A health scare feels like a crisis in December. Why? Because December forces us to face truth. There's no hiding in the season of exposure. And here's the hard truth. Some people listening right now will not be ready. They'll keep watching, they'll nod, but they won't act. And when December exposes them, they'll wish with everything inside that they could rewind back to this moment and prepare. I don't want that for you. So, let me ask you, if you had 30 days left before the biggest test of your life, how would you live them? Think about that. Would you keep scrolling? Would you keep saying tomorrow? Or would you rise up and protect yourself today? Write it down. Answer it. Because how you answer that question decides whether December breaks you or builds you. Let me remind you of something I've said often. When something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor. Preparation is that important. Protecting yourself before December is that important. And I want you to realize this. You don't need perfection. You don't need to have everything figured out. You just need to begin, because small steps today can save you from massive regrets later. Let me give you a picture. Imagine a senior couple in Ohio, both in their late 70s. For years they told themselves, we'll organize our finances later. We'll take our health seriously later. We'll deal with our faith later. Later never came. December did. And when it exposed everything, they were left vulnerable, financially stretched, health declining, spiritually empty. Contrast that with another couple in Texas. They weren't wealthy. They weren't perfect, but they decided to prepare before the storm. They started planning their days with focus using the 31-day daily high-impact planner. They cut unnecessary spending and built small, consistent habits for health. When December came, they didn't collapse, they stood. So I'll ask you, which couple do you want to be? Don't just think it, say it. Write in the comments, I choose to stand strong in December. Declare it now, because in just a moment I'm going to start pulling the curtain back on what exactly December will expose. And when you see it, you'll understand why the steps I'll give you at the end are not optional. That if your life was stripped practically wisdom or regret faith, or vet about you, exposure is coming, whether you prepare or not, and stay with me, because soon I'll open up the hardened reality. You'll see the patterns most people miss, and once you see it, you'll never forget it. But I'll say it again, one last time in this moment. December will expose everything. Let me tell you something you cannot afford to forget. Time is running out. You and I both know December is not a suggestion. It's coming whether you're ready or not. And when it arrives, it won't ask for permission. It won't give you another chance. It will simply reveal the truth about your life. And that is why I've been saying over and over, December will expose everything. But here's what most people don't realize. Exposure doesn't happen gently. It happens suddenly, like a spotlight you weren't ready for. One moment you think you're standing strong, the next December shines its light, and suddenly every weakness, every neglected habit, every avoided responsibility is out in the open. And I need you to feel this, because when December exposes you, it's not just about you. It's about everyone connected to you, your family, your spouse, your children, your grandchildren. When you are unprepared, they feel the impact. So let me ask you, and I want you to answer in the comments right now. Do you want to hand your family strength or weakness, security or uncertainty, faith or fear? Write it, declare it, because the choice you make now decides the future they live in December. Think about this. If you were sitting across from me right now and I asked you, show me your health plan, show me your financial plan, show me your daily priorities, show me your spiritual foundation, could you hand me something solid? Or would you scramble making excuses? Because in December, excuses won't hold you. Only preparation will. And let me give you a warning. The most dangerous sentence you can whisper to yourself right now is, I'll be fine. No, you won't unless you act. Hope without preparation is not protection. And December is coming to prove it. I want you to hear me clearly. Some people watching this will walk into December blind. They'll brush this off. They'll keep scrolling, keep postponing, keep pretending. And when December exposes them, the regret will cut deeper than they imagined. But others, those who take this seriously, those who prepare now, they'll stand tall. They'll look December in the eye and say, I was ready for you. Which one will you be? Type it in the comments. I will be ready. Say it now. Claim it, because the moment you speak it, you begin aligning yourself with it. I promised I'd show you why this December is different, why the exposure will be sharper, heavier, and unavoidable. And soon I will. But before I do, I want to press you with one final question. If December stripped away every layer of comfort, every illusion, every excuse, what truth would remain standing in your life? Would it be faith or doubt, strength or weakness, dignity or regret? You must answer this in your heart, because this is not a game. This is not another video you'll forget tomorrow. This is the warning before the storm. And let me tell you, storms don't wait for your schedule. They don't care if you're busy. They don't care if you're tired. They come when they come. And December is the storm already forming on the horizon. I've said before that preparation is the difference between collapse and resilience. You cannot build a shelter while the winds are tearing it apart. You must build it now. And that's why what I'm about to reveal in the next part is the most important thing you will hear this year. Stay with me, because in a moment I will finally open the curtain. I will tell you exactly what December will expose, and I will give you the steps, clear, direct, actionable steps that every senior must take before December to protect themselves, their families, and their future. But I want you to prepare your heart before we get there, because what I'm about to reveal will shake you, it will wake you, and if you act on it, it will strengthen you. So here's my final question for you right now. Are you ready to face the truth about what December will expose? Yes or no? Write it in the comments. Don't wait, don't hesitate, because the truth is coming. And remember this, December will expose everything. December will expose something no one talks about because most people don't even see it. And if you miss this, it won't matter how much money you have, how hard you've worked, or how many plans you've made. Everyone is talking about December as if it's just another month on the calendar. But here's the hidden truth no one will tell you. December is not just a date. It's a divider, a test that silently sorts people into two groups, those who will rise and those who will fall. And here's the part almost no one knows. December doesn't just happen to you. December exposes you. It pulls back the curtain. It shows what you've been hiding. It reveals the cracks you've been ignoring. That's why so many people collapse at the very start of a new year. They think it's random. But it's not random. It's because December revealed them and they weren't ready. December will expose the gap between your outer preparation and your inner preparation. What does that mean? Most people spend their lives preparing only on the outside. They prepare their finances. They prepare their health. They prepare their appearance, their houses, their schedules. But inside where your mindset, your resilience, your faith, your identity lives, they are weak, hollow, unprepared. And when December arrives, it will strip away the surface. It will reveal the truth of your inner foundation. That's what no one tells you. That's what no one even sees coming. So here's the hidden reality. It's not what you have, it's who you are that will be tested. If your foundation is weak, December will break you. If your foundation is strong, December will not shake you. Think about it. What's the use of money if fear controls you? What's the use of health if hopelessness drains you? What's the use of plans if your inner core collapses the moment pressure arrives? And let me ask you this. If I pressed you right now, what's stronger in you? Your bank account or your mindset? Your daily distractions or your discipline, your fears or your faith? Write it in the comments right now. What do you think December will expose most in your life? Your outer preparation or your inner foundation? Don't avoid the question. Face it, because if you don't, December will force you to. Now, here's the part that feels hidden because hardly anyone ever teaches this. There are 3 steps you must take right now before December arrives, and they're not the usual steps you hear on television or read in books. These steps are rare, simple, but powerful. Step 1. Audit your inner world. Sit down and write. Not what you own, not what you've achieved, but what you believe. What do you actually stand on when everything else is stripped away? That's the real truth of you. Step 2, build one unshakable habit. Not 10, not 5-1. The kind of habit that trains your mind and spirit to stay strong under pressure. It could be daily reflection, prayer, journaling, focused exercise, or committing to one non-negotiable discipline. Because in December, it's not many things that will save you. It's one thing you refuse to compromise. Step 3, anchor your future in something bigger than yourself. Here's the part almost no one realizes. The greatest collapse happens when people rely only on themselves. But those who anchor to something higher, faith, vision, a cause, a mission, become unbreakable. December cannot move them because their roots run deeper than circumstance. Now listen to me carefully. These steps sound simple, but simplicity is power. And December will test if you actually live by them or just nod your head and keep scrolling. Because here's the truth most won't admit. Your December will not expose your environment. It will expose your essence. And now the question is, what is your essence? I want you to write it in the comments. What one inner strength will carry you through December? Write it boldly. Declare it. Claim it. But I'll leave you with this. As rare as this truth is, as powerful as these steps are, they are only the beginning. What's coming next goes even deeper. Something very few people even dare to speak of. Something that will decide not just how you enter December, but how you survive what comes after. So stay tuned, because in the next video I will reveal what December will unleash that almost no one is prepared for, and the one hidden strategy that can shield you when everything else fails. But for now, remember this. December won't just expose your life. It will expose your foundation. And if you build it now, nothing, absolutely nothing can break you. Check my playlist for more videos. I'll see you in the next.